What's up, you guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how I laid this 30-inch 13 by 6 frontal off of young hair on AliExpress, and we're just going to get right into the video, so don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. So starting off with a beige bald cap, I'm just going to go in and cut out around my ears, making sure that it's as flat as possible. Then I'm just going to go in with my Got To Be Free spray and work my way around my perimeter of my head, focusing on above my ears and my temple area. I always do about 2 layers of free spray, but I just make sure it's completely dry or somewhat dry before going in with the second coat. After all that is somewhat dry, I like to go in with my Esha Garden Grip Primer. It improves adhesion and helps protect your hairline and edges. The only downfall of this thing is that it smells like shit. So while that's drying, I'm just gonna go in and start sewing down the back of my wig cap. I hate when it's like day 4 of wearing my wig and I have to reach under to keep pulling down my cap, so this is gonna prevent that. So now that that's completely dry, I'm gonna go in with my makeup. I don't know why I use so much different makeup, but I do. Don't come for me. So starting off with the cream foundation, I like to use this one first because it gives the most coverage. I feel like the powder just seeps right through the bald cap. And I'm bringing it all the way back because once again this is a 13 by 6 frontal. Then I take the powder and I put that on top just to set everything in place, and while I'm at it I also put some on the inside of the wig. And here's a tip: if you have some dull ass scissors, just cut them with some tin foil and they should be brand new again. So before you cut any further, you just want to lift up the cap with your fingernail or anything, to be honest. Just try to get as close to your hairline as possible. I prefer to use scissors for my bald cap rather than a razor because I feel like when you use the razor, it makes the fabric fray and you have like a whole bunch of little fuzzies. So I do use the curved cuticle scissors, and I find that perfect because with the curve I can literally lay it flat on my head and clean up all the flyaways. So right here I'm just taking my 80% alcohol and going all around my hairline and cleaning up any excess hairspray or makeup that's left on my skin. Now I'm going to be trying on the wig and making sure that the hairline on the wig lines up with the hairline I created with the bald cap. And don't forget, whatever you do to one side, make sure you do it to the next just to get that symmetrical look. And here I'm just checking one more time before we get ready to glue this down. What kind of smile was that? But we're gonna do my makeup and be right back. Yes, I'm looking like a bald bad bitch. So now I'm going in with my Esha Lace glue and my popsicle stick, making sure that I make a nice even layer because you don't want no clumps in this. So you really want to be cautious and take your time with this step because it is going to help you get that neat finished look. Do you guys ever see those girls with like the frontal and then you can see the shininess all around their frontal from the glue? Yep, that's what's gonna happen. And unlike Ghost Bond, you can't clean this up with alcohol, so don't try. So after that first layer is dried clear, I go in with my second layer and do the same thing all around my hairline. I usually use about 3 layers, and this helps my wig stay on for a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. Another tip is making sure that the glue is not only on the wig cap, but also some is on your skin, just to make sure that the wig cap doesn't slip back over the weeks of wearing it. So while that dries, I'm just going to take the wig and put it on with the frontal folded backwards, just to keep it out of the way. And right here you just see me plucking out all the little hairs from underneath the frontal so that they don't get in my way. And now that my second layer is completely dry, I'm going to go ahead and apply my third and final layer. And once that's completely dry, you're just gonna go ahead and flip your wig right over. So not only am I using the comb to comb the hairs back, but I'm also using it to press the lace into the glue. Right here you see me using a side to side motion just to remove any hair that might have been stuck in the glue before I wrap it down with my headband. You should let that sit for about 10 minutes. I just let it sit for as long as it took me to change my clothes. So now I'm just preparing to cut out my ear section. You just want to make sure that you leave a little bit of hair for your sideburns, and if you just trace around your ears, you should have the perfect outline. This step is so crucial because if you don't do it right, this wig is going to be so uncomfortable and so painful. Trust me, been there, done that. No, can you guys see how red my ear is from just being under my wig for 10 minutes? Imagine a whole week. And remember what I said, whatever you do to one side, you gotta do it to the next. After I finished cutting out my ears, I just went in with my Esha Lace glue and glued down my sideburns. I only used 2 coats of lace glue on my sideburns. You could use 3 if you want. Just make sure that each layer is completely dry before you go in with the next layer. Once that's completely dry, you just want to go ahead and firmly pull down on the side flap and use your comb to mold the lace into the glue. When cutting the lace, I like to use this zigzag motion. Some people like to use the actual zigzag or like wavy scissors. I say it's a no-no because that is just too defined of a wave or zigzag. I find it easier to cut the lace in sections because sometimes it's hard to get that zigzag motion from left to right or right to left, so this just makes it 10 times easier. Also, you want to make sure that you follow the curve of the hairline that you have or the hairline that you're working with. Sadly, my hairline looks like a nigga's lineup, but you most definitely don't want to cut it straight across, and if that's the case, to be honest, just go get a wig from the hair store. Moving on to my baby hairs, I like to part out thin sections down both sides of my head and cut them with my razor. I don't make them too short only because I don't like that blunt baby hair look, but if that's your look, go for it, girl. I do like to avoid cutting any hairs at the front of my face because I often wear my hair in the middle part. Now I'm just going in with some mousse and some jam to lay my edges. This one piece was being so stubborn, I immediately regretted not cutting it. but I knew I would regret it in the long run. While I make my way around, I like to use the jam to help me mold the shape and keep everything flat while I work. Once you got that all done, you're just gonna go in with more free spray and put that all around your perimeter, just like the bald cap method. It's gonna help lay everything and give you that final sleek look. Then you want to go in with your wrapping papers. I like to use two just to keep everything in place, and then I go in with my headband to add some pressure and give that final melted look. And after 15 minutes of me doing completely nothing, I'm back and finally ready to style the hair. After I'm done cutting my sideburns, I'm just going to go in and comb out my edges a little bit. Then I'm going to go in with my Hot Tools hot comb and start flattening out my middle part. Since I am just going to be wearing the hair straight, I'm going to go in with my BioSilk and my red Titanium Pro Straightener. Just take some rough sections and straighten this baby out. I like to use curling mousse for my flyaways only because it doesn't get as hard as regular mousse. Thank you guys once again for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I tried to give you guys as much detail as possible, so all the tools and products that I use will be listed in the description below. If you find that you learned anything from this video, drop an orange heart in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Deuces!